evening, graduates, parents, faculty, and to the entire SoFA community. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to the first ever SoFA Digital Graduation Fashion Showcase. We are immensely proud of this batch of graduates who managed to deliver impressive graduation collections in spite of the circumstances. On top of designing and producing their collections, each one was tasked to visualize and execute their own presentation style. Each student was asked to find the most effective way to make their stories come to life through fabric, silhouette, and a variety of multimedia representations. At SoFA, we have always aimed to prepare our students for the fashion of the future. This evening, we welcome you to our Zoom runway. We are pleased to introduce 8 new names to watch out for in Philippine fashion. We hope you enjoy the show and thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion.
Good afternoon, creatives. Imagine a world without stories. Will it be the same world that we have known so far? Will it be a world that we wish to live in? After all, isn't the world that we exist in, its present condition and its future state, just but a collection of innumerable stories? May it be joyful or sad, heroic or tragic, exhilarating or boring, realistic or incredulous. Yes, believe it or not, how we envision the world is a byproduct of the millions of stories that humankind has created ever since we learned how to imagine, to express, to communicate, and to relate with one another. At the very core of human existence is the yearning to share one's experiences. And through these shared narratives, we preserve our identities through time and across generations. Stories are edifices we create to impart who we are, what we have conquered so far, and what choices we have to make. Stories glorify our successes, acknowledge our failures, and ultimately portray our learnings as a species. Stories, like art and design, transcend time. Stories, like art and design, are our legacies to humanity. Thus, it can be said that is so intrinsic to the nature of a creative to share his stories. I have been fortunate to witness how 8 amazing creatives passionately pour their hearts out to weave their own personal narratives for the past 6 months. I have likewise seen how these 8 promising creatives, promising ingenious students of SoFA Design Institute Fashion Design Department harness the power of fashion, armed with the technical skills they learned along the way, to visually portray their respective tales, not just as budding fashion designers, but more importantly, as human beings. It is just but fitting that this afternoon's graduate collection for academic year 2020-2021 is entitled Raconteur. This word, with its old French etymology, is based on the verb raconter, which literally means to tell or to give account. It is also a term that paints a picture of an individual who tells anecdotes in a skillful and amusing way. The vivid imagery that comes to my mind when I first heard this theme is a person who uses the power of communication to engage his listeners and to effectively establish truths about himself, to convincingly share his view of the world. What I can say is, this is no different from how our SoFA creatives embarked on imparting their messages to the world. However, instead of words, instead of prose, They use the artistry of fashion melded with their skills in digital videography so that they can compellingly tell stories about who they are and what is their take of the world. What is common about these narratives are the themes of self-image, conflict, and choices. After all, these are precisely the elements that make stories more human and more beautiful. The next 8 videos that you will view encapsulate revealed truths shared by our students. And with these, the authenticity and passion that they embrace in the process, thereby making them exceptional raconteurs in their own right. Parents, friends, faculty, and family, I hope you enjoy the show as much as how our SoFA creatives enjoy designing and creating them for you. Let the show begin.
Toutes les grandes personnes ont d'abord été des enfants, mais peu d'entre elles s'en souviennent. Je corrige donc ma dédicace. D'abord, 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 d'abord et froid. Elle a besoin d'être consolée. Si toutes ces excuses ne suffisent pas, mais peu d'entre elles s'en souviennent. Je corrige donc ma dédicace. Toutes les grandes personnes ont d'abord été des enfants, mais peu d'entre elles s'en souviennent. Je corrige donc ma dédicace. D'abord, 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 d'abord et froid. Elle a besoin d'être consolée. Si toutes ces excuses
When flowers are rejected with water, sunlight, and love, they wilt, and their petals starts to fall. Missing Piece tackles the story of my childhood. It expresses the childhood fixations I have gone through with my family, from being a toddler all the way to present times. In this collection, I'm telling you how I overcame those internal drama, trying to find my real identity, while putting up a facade of bright colors and whimsical nostalgia to hide what I have been dealing in my reality. What used to be an incomplete and wilting flower blossomed to this amazing creature, though still deep within, I still feel like something's missing. What will ever complete me? Will this feeling ever go away?
into weakness? How could that be? One of the most powerful I've ever felt was when I was being feminine, but more so because I was being myself.
Who will you be when your soul is set free? The path I took for the love of art.
To our family, friends, dear guests, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. August 2019, exactly 2 years ago, I entered SoFA with zero design background. It was also my last opportunity to see SoFA's physical fashion show. Tonight, you've witnessed SoFA presents its first ever graduation show online. A good friend of mine told me, "You should have been in my batch when everything was still physical." I remember back in 2019, we were so hopeful of having our very own real runway show. But now, after going through this gruesome online process, we finally saw what we are being prepared for. Because the next greatest obstacle in fashion is how to become a true digital fashion brand. 1 year in physical fashion school, 1 year in digital campus. This gave us the avenue to magnify our digital skills and garner the discipline to handle whatever is being thrown to us as the new generation designers. I would like to thank my most beautiful grandmother, Emily, who gave me the go signal to enter fashion school even when no one believed in me yet. To my mother, Leila, for helping me unconditionally, and to the Pereyra family for pushing me forward. To Miss Amina, Miss Loralie, and to the SoFA faculty, we thank you for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I would like to thank my dream team, Arwin, Maki, Carlisle, Gerald, Charlene, Kat, Carlos, Jobel, Jem, Seb, Nate, and Verdi, and to our models, and to our dearest supporters. You guys are a proof that anything is possible as long as we share the same vision. And to my fellow designers, I am so proud of you for venturing to the unknown with your head up high. You are ready.
Coming up with a graduation collection is one thing, and being able to do so in the middle of a pandemic is another. But here we are today, my fellow designers. All our hard work was definitely worth it. I thank you for being such a source of inspiration in this journey. We'd like to thank our professors and panelists. All your constructive criticisms and suggestions made us in our collection stronger. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedules to guide us in the creation of our collections. Personally, I'd like to thank my family and friends for their unending support in all aspects. Thank you for believing in me. My garment and shoot production teams. The Unearthed collection would not be here without all of you. At the end of the day, we are grateful. Grateful to be able to express ourselves and share our stories through our respective collections. Grateful to every single one of you here with us today for listening and watching sincerely. Our only wish is that one way or another, we were able to relate our stories to all of you and continue to do so in the future. Thank you.
After completing my graduation collection, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to the following people. To my Ninang Janine, who had supported me all throughout this project. To my very talented friend Angela Jed Silvestre for producing and directing this fashion film. To Dino Placino for the spectacular videography. And to Raj Marasigan for the beautiful photos. To my dear friend Galan Maige, who had been my model for my first year in SoFA and conveniently my model again for my last year in SoFA. To my friend Mikey Tan, whose assistance is greatly appreciated all throughout the duration of this project. To my friends Echo Lamar, Joanna Deason, and Chloe Ruiz, who had been there for me for the times I felt like giving up but had supported me all the way to the end. To the professors who had helped me shape and bring to life my creations and brought out the best in my designs and in myself. And lastly, to my parents for supporting my dreams in becoming a fashion designer and believing in me that I could do anything if I put my mind to it. Thank you also to the viewers today who had witnessed each of our stories by the expression of art and fashion. Thank you.
The burden of the pandemic forced drastic measures for mankind's safety. Confinement is both a friend and an enemy. One needs to choose a side. Behind locked doors, our minds scream for freedom, so we let our soul free to express themselves through art. A collection meant to inspire was born to reach out to people, to say, hey, it's okay, you got this. To my family and friends, for your genuine love and steadfast support that got me through tough times, I'll always be appreciative. To our professors and mentors, from the bottom of my heart, my deepest thanks for guiding and inspiring us throughout the creation of our collection. Your constructive criticism helped us finish these extraordinary pieces. Needless to say, this project would not be possible without the awe-inspiring efforts of my team, for which I am truly grateful. My vision came to life because of our amazing collaborative teamwork. Last but not least, congratulations to my fellow designers. I'm amused by the talents we've seen tonight. One day at a time, we will find our ways to conquer the industry.
What's inside our hearts, you have witnessed our stories that we transformed into collection. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you. To our professors, mentors, and all those who helped us every step of the way, we owe you our gratitude. We would not have produced these garments without you. To the production team who turned our vision into the most beautiful reality beyond what we asked for, thank you so much. You were all amazing and easy to work with. To our friends and family, your love and support are what kept us going. No matter how difficult it was or how hard it was to push through, especially during this pandemic, you were there for us and supported us. To my fellow designers, I'm glad I have such amazing and talented peers to experience this whole process with. To be surrounded with dreamers who turn their dreams into reality is truly inspiring. This is not just a grad collection. This is just the beginning, because we live design.
We view life through the eyes of the designer,
who sees things not as they are, but as what they can become.
Design is where we live, and where we can always be found.
Design moves us to see the world
from the crystal vantage points of creativity.
Design is the beast, just partially tamed,
who breaks rules and mocks tradition and rebuilds with inspiration.
We eat, we sleep, we breathe, we design.
That is who we are.
We live design.
We live design.
We live design.